particularly for South Australia, then leading into Victoria. It's a bit of deja vu. Here we go again for a lot of firefighters across Victoria. It was only just shy of a week ago where we saw mid to high 40-degree temperatures and northerly winds. Boxing Day, as we heard, mid-40s, strong northerly winds, but it's that westerly to southwesterly change coming through that really makes us nervous. With 80 to 90 kilometres an hour, with the potential for 100 kilometres an hour peak gusts on elevated parts of the western regions, of which the Grampians comprises. So we've enjoyed 2 days of fairly benign weather across the fire grounds, which has really allowed firefighters and local landholders, particularly in the Grampians region, to consolidate containment lines, make preparations, put further containment lines in the landscape in readiness for what will be a very challenging day for firefighters tomorrow. This morning, residents of Halls Gap were allowed back in under emergency service escort to their homes to collect valuables, possessions, Christmas presents or anything they were after to ensure they will have some sort of Christmas tomorrow. That was in play until midday today. It has now been closed off again with evacuations finalised. It's now no longer safe for any residents to return there. We saw some light rainfall across some of the fire grounds a little closer to Melbourne, particularly the Balungarook fire, which went contained overnight, but nowhere near enough rain to make any difference to that fire scene. And 144 hectares that will be alight as we go into that Boxing Day. And again, firefighters are working hard to strengthen containment lines, but also prepare communities that may be in the path of any of these fires should they get out of their containment lines. The Gerties, which is a fire we've also been talking about earlier in the week, it did see some rain, which has made a difference. However, firefighters still remain on the fire ground, blacking out operations, making sure that any hot embers or any logs that they do see are worked over to ensure that does stay in containment lines. Such is the weather that we are expecting here in Victoria on Boxing Day that I've had cause to declare from midnight on Christmas night a statewide total fire ban for Victoria to be in full effect for the 24-hour period starting midnight on the 25th.
Some pretty scary conditions predicted there, Jason. Can you just give us an idea of how hard these firefighters are working at the moment, and have you felt any relief with those extra resources coming in from interstate?
A lot of people probably won't realise that we in spring, the AFAC spring seasonal outlook, we predicted the western southwestern parts of Victoria to be above average fire potential. We still saw no rain through spring, which then led us to not only put the same area on the map, but in fact increase the area and parts of Victoria to be above average fire potential leading into summer. We just did not see those winter rains. We didn't see those spring rains, which has led to particularly the bushland areas to be exceptionally dry, which is why we've seen the fire such as the Grampians get to 43,000 hectares. In fact, on a couple of days alone, it doubled, tripled in size just within a 12-hour period. Firefighters have been working very hard for a very long time, and we've got reinforcements coming in from across the country, arduous firefighters from Queensland and New South Wales, as well as specialist incident management teams coming in from Tasmania, New South Wales and Queensland as well. So they will be welcomed. They're coming into the state on Boxing Day. They will provide some relief for firefighters, but such is the day across the state where we've got all of the state, other than a very small portion of it in the far east that will be at extreme, every firefighter, every emergency service personnel will be out there protecting the community come Boxing Day, and I reckon they'll be welcoming any support that they will get from their interstate colleagues.
Absolutely. And Jason, before we let you go, can you just remind our viewers what should people be doing to make sure that they are prepared, particularly on Boxing Day, and how they can help best protect themselves and their homes and their families?
There's the normal things that you can do. I've said it once and I've said it again. It's never too late to prepare your property. Something simple as making sure the lawn is maintained, removing those grass mats that you might have at the back door, the wood pile that you might have had stocked up, trimming overhanging branches and the like. I know it's probably not the thing you want to be doing at Christmas, but hey, if you've got family and friends coming around for Christmas lunch, perhaps put them to work in the afternoon and preparing your property if you are in a bushland or bushfire risk setting. That is a consideration for people, that when you do have people around to your home, visitors, families, friends, on Boxing Day, you're going to need to think about your bushfire survival plan. Might have been for you and your family, but what about your visitors, people that are coming to stay with you and be with you and celebrate throughout this period? So make sure you have a conversation with everyone in your household who might be visiting about what your bushfire survival plan is, where you are going to go, what you're going to take in case something happens near and around you. Have the Vic Emergency app. That is a day that every Victorian should have that app on their phone and open, as well as listening to your emergency broadcaster. Such will be the conditions that any fire that does start or get out of containment lines will move very, very quickly. So community will need to be alert and aware to what's going on around them to be able to get information from authorities and being able to act very quickly.